Severe Bay in the morning, 1620 The Zone. He is the president of the Omaha Storm Chasers and Union Omaha, and he joins us here on Severe and Benning in the morning. Marty Cordero joining us, coming off of a historic, I believe, New Orleans Saints opening win, which they haven't done in a number of years. Good morning, Marty.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take that win.
Take it. Let's play all the games in Jacksonville. What do you say?
Sure. And if it means we'll go 8-0 or 9-0, however many home games we have this year at home, let's do it.
Yeah. No doubt about that. How are the donations coming along for Hurricane Ida relief?
Yeah, it was good on Saturday. I think the heat was a little deterrent, but we had over 100 items that we had donated. And one of the interesting things, I've been getting a lot of questions from companies that are doing drives at their businesses that are going to be bringing things in, and 2 or 3 roofing companies that are trying to figure out how they can load full pallets of shingles and roofing materials. So we've got some logistics things to work out on how we're going to get the trailer loaded, but those are good problems. And, we'll be open again today at 5:30 and every day this week, 5:30 to 7:30 through Saturday. And then Sunday we'll be open from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And then Fred Huey and the fine folks at Sarpy County Tourism have now opened up their doors. So from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. this week, if you can't come tonight or any night this week, Sarpy County Tourism is now a drop-off spot, which is just located just to the right of the Werner trailer that sits out by Werner Park.
Hey, so, and maybe you don't have to worry about this because everybody likes you, but, right, we're doing drop-offs, and there's the final stretch for the 5-pack. We typically don't mix business and pleasure, but for Marty Cordero, whether it's Union or the Storm Chasers, the people will, right? I mean, the fine folks will take advantage of the final stretch 5-pack in addition to, right?
Well, Damon, that's a heck of a deal. You get a ticket to all the final 5 games. It's $25, and it's best available seat, meaning you get a punch card. So if you show up each night, you could get a $24 club seat each game because it's best available ticket. And then you also get a promo item each game. So, I mean, it's a heck of a value. It's an opportunity to see, at least I hope, Bobby Witt Jr. and some of these players for the last time, which means they'll start the season next year in Kansas City as they continue their ascent to the big leagues. So it's a great opportunity. You can go online and buy that. You can buy it at the ballpark. And that's for the 5 added games. That's next Wednesday, the 22nd, through Sunday, the 26th. But I want to hop back on the relief just for a minute.
Yeah.
New Orleans is scheduled to get forecast to get 2 inches of rain today, 3 inches of rain tomorrow, and then more rain on Thursday for the hurricane that just hit Texas. So, New Orleans issues are not over.
And the power keeps going out, by the way. It's rolling blackouts. My sister was out for another day and a half, the last 36 hours or whatever. So they're continuing to go out and come back on. So.
It is. And as Michael and I continue to talk to people down there, and that's what we're hearing. And you can just look at the weather. So, these items, yes, Hurricane Ida was 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, but you know what? It's still hurricane season. There's still going to be issues. There's still going to be flooding, and they're going to have power issues ongoing for another 4 to 6 weeks. And we can do a lot of good by helping them. All right, back to business, Sam. Go ahead.
Well, let me ask you this, because this is just stats, right? And because I don't know, I look at what the Storm Chasers have done this year, and I know you're hitting it and you're scoring, but you're giving up a lot of runs. Does that tell me that the hitters at AAA are better than the pitchers that are there in the Royals system? What does that tell me by the way the stats are?
Yeah, the team has hit pretty consistently all year, even with the revolving, lineup of different faces. Early in the season, Witt and Prado and Melendez were at AA, and we had different guys, and some of those guys have rolled off either from injuries or gone to the big leagues. But the pitching has been up and down. The bullpen was extremely strong early on, and our starting staff was probably a little more consistent, but the bullpen was just fantastic. And it's still good, but it's not what it was.
Yeah.
Once the Royals started, pulling up our pitchers, whether it's starters or relievers, it started to tax our bullpen, and then it's been kind of a revolving door. But, the Royals have had a few injuries. They had, I think it was Jonathan Bolin, if I remember the name correctly. He was supposed to be a top prospect at AA. He went down with had Tommy John surgery in the spring. So they have had some injuries, and then, they had some big league arms, they thought would be a little more productive, and then they traded Danny Duffy. So when they traded Duff, and they've had some other challenges at the big league level, Chris Bubich and Daniel Lynch were two starters that probably would have spent more time with us here this year, but they've gone to the big league. So that's really been the impact from a pitching perspective. But there's a lot of great arms. I believe that Quad Cities has the best record in all of High A. They are in the playoffs. That's the Royals High A club. Columbia had a winning record most of the year. Northwest is in the playoffs. Double A. So there's a lot of talent still coming, really probably over the next 3 years. And I continue to tell people this is like 2010 through 2014. So I think we're going to see this through the 23-24 season. So get out to Warner Park. Get out to Warner Park. And I said this last week, there's not a better prospect, a better player that I've seen in 23 years on either side of in either dugout for either team. I don't know how many games I've worked, 1,500 games, 2,000 games, than Bobby Witt Jr. I mean, he's just a fantastic player. He signs autographs for 15, 20, 30 minutes after every game. Doesn't matter if win or lose. Melendez, Prado, these guys are all very, very similar in makeup. They are Royals players, and come see them starting tonight against the Iowa Cubs.
It's kind of crazy too, because with the year Lopez is having, he makes a defensive web gym once a week. He and Witt Jr. kind of making their case to be the Royals' middle infield of the future. I was talking to a guy last week after your segment, Marty. He said Witt Jr.'s presence, when his aura when he's out there on the field, is different than anybody he's seen since coming out to the ballpark. You kind of get a sense on what he's talking about?
I think that's the lead asset that he has. He's talented. He's grown up around the game with his dad pitching in the big leagues 15, 16 years. And can he hit? Oh my gosh, can he hit? I mean, he's not your traditional, shortstop, 10 or 15 home runs. I mean, he's a guy that could hit 40 home runs in the big leagues and steal 30 bases. So when you see him on the field, that presence, absolutely, he commands the attention, but it's not in an over cocky manner. It's just confidence. And when he gets to the big leagues, he's going to spread that. I mean, he reminds me a little bit of Whit Merrifield from the standpoint of the presence. Whit, not as physically,
gifted,
imposing. I don't want to use the word gifted as Bobby Witt Jr. But with Whit, you always knew he was going to compete no matter what the score was, and you see that with Bobby, and he leads the team, and he's 21.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, it's pretty impressive. It's really impressive, and he could have the opposite attitude, having grown up with his father, almost 2-decade player, and with the talent he has, and being that young, he could play, do his job, go in the clubhouse and never sign autographs and never do anything. And it's disappointing that it was COVID year, because it would have been great to have him in the community with appearances. But you know what? We'll get back to doing regular business next year with appearances.
No doubt about that. Hey, again, 5:30 today, every day. But you also can swing by the Sarpy County office at 8 a.m. if you want to drop off stuff for Hurricane Ida relief. Absolutely,
8 to 5. And so when you come out to the park, we had to move the trailer around. It's not right at Gate 1. It's on Ballpark Way. That is the road to the south entrance A. And we have an A-frame. I have a trailer set up right there with a table. And you literally pull right in the stall. We can unload it. If you don't want to get out of your car, you can get out, and you can help us load it. And, we're taking any item. But if you go to OmahaStormChasers.com or our Twitter, Facebook pages, the updated list is there. And, we'll take any goods that you have, and anything you want to donate we'd be gracious to accept it.
Yesterday after practice, Marty, we were talking with Coach Frank. He talked to us about an invite in 2 Sundays to be out at Warner Park. Quickly, how did that come about, man? How did you get the good relationship going with the folks over on 87th and Pacific?
What's the invite?
Well, our team was invited to come out, the football team at Westside.
Football. We want to honor high school football, and normally we don't play past Labor Day, so this is a new idea, and we're inviting high school football teams. So we're excited to have that the first day. I don't know if there'll be just Westside there. I don't know if there'll be 10 teams or 30 teams, but we want to honor, and Sunday's a good day. That's the down day for you all in high school football. And
hey, good enough to get him to move the practice from 1 to 12 so we could get out there on time. How about that? That's pretty good.
There you go. And, but those are things that Damon and Michael, you're going to see going forward because we are going to have September games. We're going to be able to do different things, whether it's, our truck driver appreciation, which was actually last week, and we were on the road. But you're going to start to see us be able to do some promotions that we haven't been able to do in the past because the schedule is extended through the month now.
Marty, we appreciate it. Again, and thanks for what you're doing with Hurricane Ida relief and everything over there with Storm Chasers and you in Omaha. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me on. And, guys, come out. You guys come make a drop-off, and we'll put something on social media. Come on out today.
Yes, sir.
Sounds awesome. Thanks, Marty.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Take a break. We'll come back. Hour number 4 here on Severe and Benny in the Morning.